Night Raw from Kansas City, Missouri. Opened the show with Becky Lynch, new all women's champion.
Not a lot of hype around it.
Not really.
The crowd didn't feel like. I think everybody misses Rhea.
Oh, of course they do. It's Rhea. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
She was interrupted by Liv, as she's the end game. It's always been her. I don't know about that.
No, I don't either. It's and like the Hulk Hogan mentality. It doesn't make sense of you to beat me because you really couldn't beat me. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I think of Liv the whole time. Is she's short, she's cute, I love her to death. She's awesome. She's a good wrestler, but when it comes to somebody like Bex, it's like I can see you doing a cheap way of getting her. Dom come in there, mess it up, and then Rhea's like, and then well, I'm just saying if she would take it off Becky, Dom helps her. Rhea comes back. Now Liv has it, and Dom helped her get it, and then Rhea's going after it. It would kind of run a whole good mix of it.
Yeah.
Like I said a couple weeks ago, they're going to run this whole Liv thing all the way to the wall.
Oh, of course. It keeps the Rhea portion of it relevant.
Yeah. Keeps her very relevant.
She's getting a big ass push. I can tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. And she's been there. She was champion for what? How long before Liv?
A
couple months.
It wasn't a long run. I think it was while they didn't have anybody to fill the spot. With all due respect to her, because she wasn't out there. She wasn't out there pinning Bianca or all them. Bianca or she wasn't out there pinning big names.
She got pinned by Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, that's who she won.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, she won it from Rousey.
Yeah, she cashed in on Raw.
Lost it to her.
Yeah. What do you mean it was a mistake?
Because Ronda didn't make it. I mean, she really sunk her own self because of her attitude.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a given with Ronda though. That's Ronda.
That is, she's still going on and on and on. She's trying to throw people under the bus and everything. Out of one interview, everybody's just flicking and plucking that whole thing apart. That one interview of her talking about all this crap. The only thing that really matters to Ronda to me, is stay the hell out of WWE. You're never really a fan. Shayna Baszler said it. Shayna Baszler said it right on TV, right to her. You don't have the passion that I have for this business. You want to talk your game? You want to be your big bad self, Ronda? Go back to the UFC and back up those words by saying, I'm still one of the greatest females.
No. Her problem is if she's not at the top, she doesn't want to be there.
Yeah. She wants to be a big fish in a small pond.
Yep. So both Becky and Liv were interrupted by Nia, saying she was drafted to SmackDown and that she was going to face Liv later that night. Still not sold on Nia. She shouldn't be in that ring at all.
Can't stand her.
She's too sloppy. She's weak. Just my opinion.
Not good on the mic.
No, she's not.
Not good in the ring.
She's dangerous in the ring.
Very.
So it shows, next was Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed. They showing up to the arena. Kind of that whole backstage, the TKO deal.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I
like it. It's new. It's fresh.
Yeah.
It's something new. I dig it. And I like the way they do it. And I still appreciate the way they do it in WWE. Sometimes the crossovers of doing things the same way kind of gets to me. But some of the things they've been doing, they're doing good. The underground fighting. Don't play fight.
Was horrible.
Don't play fight when people really fight.
They had that on NXT, and I'm like, what the heck is that? It was just, is it wrestling? No. Is it fighting? No. Then what the hell is it?
It's embarrassing is what it is.
Right.
Embarrassing.
Stick to your craft. I'd rather have a tie up and a whoop-de-whoop and a drop down and a run over and a drop toe hold, drop into an elbow block, get into a freaking side headlock. I'd rather have that than you play fighting.
Right.
Because there's guys over here on the other channel that are really fighting. And you look dumb doing what you're doing. You're doing pro wrestling? Yeah, those fighters can't do that pro wrestling like that.
Right.
It's just a gimmick that the ex-owner came up with and thought it would go, and it didn't.
Who? Vince?
Vince.
I thought that was Shane's aspect of it because Shane was into MMA, and I thought he tried to buy a company. I thought that was Shane's aspect in it. I don't know. I might have been wrong. I didn't do a lot of homework around that time like I have lately, but I thought it was Shane who wanted that whole kind of realness to it because he was involved in it, wasn't he? Wasn't it like Shane's project?
I don't remember.
It kind of was Shane's project, yeah.
Yeah, because he was involved in it.
But it still had to go through Vince.
Oh, everything goes through. Everything went through.
Yeah,
Vince.
and then that's what Vince did. Here, I got an idea, Shane. Here,
Yeah.
watch this. Yeah, watch these guys go at it. Dad, this is not
Yeah.
what I was talking about, Dad.
Yeah.
Well, look at them. They look like they're really fighting. They look just like them guys on that other channel.
I'm anxious to
All
see
right,
what's going to
They're
happen
all fired.
when they do that show at the place.
Oh, the
Where? Sphere?
where they had the matches in the Octagon at the UFC arena.
Oh yeah, yeah. At the Apex, Apex.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
see
what's
how that works. As long as they keep it pro wrestling, that's cool. Turn it into like the Octagon version of pro wrestling, not the Octagon UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship.
That'd be lame.
Yeah, it would. And if you're smart, you would turn it into your own style of it. Like, this is what you'd like to see people do. Like, he slams him in the cage, kicks him, and he comes off, and he just like, boom, this big old Superman punch or something crazy like that. The dude falls out like crazy. Then they wrestle around on the ground, but still doing wrestling moves. But you need two guys who could do the graps, who could really grapple. And it would look really cool. I think you could turn it into pro wrestling, but at the same time, it is of what they're doing on the ground there. Like, oh, you do your jujitsu, you hold back, you flip over, you roll over. Here's how we do. When they do that, they spin around on them, do the whole fucking interchange, and then they stop and stare at each other again. They do this stuff all the time on wrestling. I think it'd be cool if they did it.
Yeah.
Show what wrestling really is.
Yep.
I don't think they're going to bring somebody from WWE.
No.
Well, it depends on who and how well he could do it.
I mean, how could you bring a legit fighter into WWE
and Shamrock? Let him lose. I think he would get it almost kind of Angle-esque, but I wouldn't really call it like Angle just took to a fist of water. That was just wild that Angle was as good as he became.
Yeah.
As great as he became, really. One of the greatest to ever do it. But I think Chandler would evolve quickly over, especially having a wrestling background. And he always likes to be a showman and everything like that.
Yeah.
I don't see him going on a run like Ken Shamrock did, but I could see Michael Chandler probably being the only one that I can think of right now that would come over and actually be good for the business. You think Logan's good for the business?
Absolutely.
I think so too. And it was.
I don't like him, but I think he's good for business.
It was a fist of water, and he took it on right away, and you respect it. But that guy,
he's good.
You know what? That's my guy. Oh, he's real good, and that's what pisses people off. There ain't nothing worse for a hater than to watch you win. And he starts being great at his craft, and everyone's like, damn, he's a good wrestler. Damn.
Yeah.
You know this guy, I don't even like him, but good job, fella. Good job.
Yeah. So Stephanie comes out to open night 2 of the WWE draft. Looking good. Trips is a lucky man.
I didn't say nothing. You did it.
I'll say it. I don't care.
I agree.
Raw's first pick was Gunther and Kaiser Imperium. Not mentioning Vinci at all.
No, I think he went back to NXT.
I think he's gone.
No, they said he went back to NXT. I heard, I was listening to a podcast. He went back to NXT.
Oh, did he? SmackDown's first pick was Jade Cargill. Nothing changed there.
Pack your bags.
I know, right? Second pick for Raw was Damage Control, which is a change because they used to be on SmackDown.
But I want to know who Damage Control. Okay, carry on.
And SmackDown's second pick of the first round, night 2, Kevin Owens. No change. So,
but what does Damage Control do in Raw?
There really isn't a faction that.
Or your girl finally breaks out, the one that's not like the other.
I mean, I think if she does, or if they get rid of her, it's the end of Damage Control.
I think the other 3 could maintain. Isn't there 4?
It's 4, including Dakota Kai.
Yeah. So if Dakota leaves, then that's still 3 of them. It's still a clique. Triple H and Shawn Michaels were DX. It's just 2 of them.
True, but it wasn't the same DX.
It won't be the same Damage Control.
The reason why I say what I say is because of the language barrier. You don't see none of them girls on the mic hardly at all.
Most of them can't talk English.
And that's why they have Dakota Kai, because she's that bridge.
Asuka can. Asuka speaks pretty damn
good
English.
It's limited.
Look at old videos of her. She speaks pretty decent English.
I'm not putting anything against her.
I think
she
her
does.
not speaking great English is actually better for her. Maybe she
Yeah.
needs the one to be like, the commercial babble comes on, then all of a sudden here comes Asuka with her new English language that she learned from Babel.
Yeah.
And she just learned it, and now she's on the microphone. Look,
Yeah.
I am here for everybody. And then he's corporate with a haircut and just hangs out with
Yeah.
everybody.
Little crew cut.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, well, Kane went through all the steps.
True. Our first match was Gunther with Kaiser against Xavier Woods and Kofi squash match.
Yep.
That's exactly what it was.
Like everybody knew what was going to happen.
Match. I was kind of hoping it would have been at least a disqualification or some kind, like a squash, but a disqualification. So it didn't downplay everything that he just said before last week about I was the king of the ring. I'm going for number 2. Okay. Well, now you just squash his dreams, but it is wrestling and it's Gunther. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Put somebody in there that can give him a freaking match.
Well, I'm glad he dropped the IC title because now he's in the contender for if you want to be at the top, you got to go through the big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're pushing him for King of the Ring right now.
Yeah, he might get it. I think that's the best option for him right now.
Could you see him and Priest?
Huh?
Him and Priest for the title?
Yeah.
I could see that.
That'd be good. That'd be real good.
And the Judgment Day cost Priest the title. Priest got his WrestleMania moment. Judgment Day cost Priest the title. Priest turns face because they screwed him over. And Gunther walks around with the World Heavyweight title and being king. And it's just going to be the ultimate heel move. Like, everybody's going to freaking hate him. He's going to be the ultimate heel.
Yep. And Trips is the one to do that because he played the heel champion for a long time, too.
Oh, yeah. And he wants him to be king of the ring. You know why? Because Stone Cold was born because he got penalized and taken the king of the ring away from him. So, yeah. He's like, I want you to be the biggest, baddest king of the ring ever. Not more than Harley Race. He dragged you out in the parking lot, beat the brakes off your ass.
Yeah, and then drink beers with you.
Hey, get up, shake it off. Come on, son.
So a move that I didn't see coming is they're playing that Woods is hurt, a possible leg injury again.
Maybe it's the other leg. That's why they worked the right. Maybe he worked the right because his left's fucked up.
And I don't know. Man, it looked legit, but then again.
Well, I kept on saying he's working the opposite leg.
Yeah.
You always work the left. You always work the left leg. If that's what I've always known about wrestling. It's always work the left leg unless you're left-legged, and then you'd work the right leg. It happens in situations, not every single time. But he was working the right leg so hard. I was like, maybe it was a left leg that might need some attention, but it gave him the limp with the other leg, so he didn't take a whole lot of damage.
Yeah.
Or I'm just a dummy who thinks I know anything.
We're all dummies. I think we know everything. That's why we do what we do.
Especially the pro wrestling fans.
They're just using the New Day right now just to put over other people.
Yeah. But the New Day still stays relevant, just like the Dudleys used to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dudleys never, even after they didn't win titles, they never went nowhere. They lost 5 in a row. I love the Dudleys. They're awesome every time they come out.
I love the Dudleys.
New Day's kind of like that.
Yeah.
If they come out, you're going to be like, oh, and you're going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Because it's the New Day.
Yep. So they show Jay backstage doing an interview, and in the background, you see Liv walk out a door and then Dom walk out a door. A story that they're trying to build on to be continued.
It will.
I think it's going to.
The old condom. At least he's keeping it safe for Rhea.
Yeah.
It's going to it's going to make the story bigger when Rhea does come back.
That's what I blew off at the very beginning of the whole night.
And I agree with you.
So our next, I guess this is some more picks for the draft. Logan and his flunky I Show Speed.
I hate that dude.
That dude's an idiot.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
That dude's an idiot.
I tell you what.
His name is even stupid.
He barked at the wrong dude and got kicked right in the chest. Sparta kick. Bam! Randy Orton.
He's going to end up getting hurt.
And I'm a serious wrestling fan. And one thing I know is I could tell when Randy gets upset and not upset. Not you, my big brother. I'm talking about Randy Orton, the RKO. I could tell when he gets seriously upset. And I think the way he looked at him and kicked the shit out of him, he was like, you fucking idiot. Don't come in here making me look freaking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Danger.
Yeah, I loved it. He kicked the shit out of it, and that dude probably felt it when he was up on the table too.
Oh,
Like,
I bet.
oh man, this dude's beating the shit out of me. Yeah, I don't know what he said. He screamed something.
Well, you said something and you start barking at him.
Yeah.
The same thing he did to Kofi Kingston. Y'all remember that?
He was on there
When?
before?
No. I'm talking a while back. Randy fought Kofi Kingston, I think when Kofi was the champion.
No, he was calling him stupid.
Yeah.
He wasn't barking at him. He was calling him stupid because Kofi missed the spot. The spot was supposed to happen, and Kofi missed it. And Randy got pissed and just started yelling in the ring, stomping his feet. You're stupid. You're stupid.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
You remember that? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. He wasn't barking at him, but if you want to bring it all the way back to that, yeah. But they weren't there for Kofi.
No. So Raw's first pick was CM Punk. No surprise there.
Nope.
SmackDown picks Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. They're calling themselves the Pride. Whatever that means, I don't know.
Oh,
The Pride. That are Hurt Business.
Go.
It's not the Hurt Business without,
Get down.
what's his name?
I know you don't, yeah. But I can tell you this, it's a much better Bobby Lashley trio with Street Profits than what he had with the Hurt Business. I
Think so?
Yeah, to me, I think so.
I mean, I like the Street Profits. Let's redo that because Benny was. I want to get it on video. Say that again, Albert.
I think I don't like the Pride. I don't like the name, but I think it's a better trio that the Street Profits are with Bobby Lashley than we had with the Hurt Business.
I like the Street Profits, but again,
do.
I like Shelton Benjamin.
I like Shelton Benjamin, but I didn't like his other part. I didn't like the other guy.
I didn't like the other cat, but I like Shelton Benjamin.
So did I. It was good to see him have one more good run in him like he did.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin, he's a great wrestler. I've always been a huge fan of him. And one of my favorite matches of Shelton Benjamin is him versus Shawn Michaels on Raw. And Shelton Benjamin was so perfect in that match. Shawn Michaels looked old. And it's hard to get Shawn Michaels to look old. But him and Shelton Benjamin, when they threw it down in that match, Shawn Michaels, you could tell he was 2 steps off.
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin is just right there. That's what I said earlier. Just because you're a great wrestler doesn't mean you're going to go to the top. And Shelton Benjamin is proof positive of that. A freaking great performer.
Yeah.
But he just didn't have nothing else to elevate him. He didn't rap like John Cena. He didn't run his mouth like The Rock. He just didn't have what it took to be the superstar. But I like the Hurt Business better.
Yeah.
And I only say that, I only disagree with that is because I like the Street Profits as the Street Profits.
Oh, I do too.
Same thing I'm saying about AOP. Get rid of those other fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah. You two take your grandpa home, and we'll take care of this.
Yeah. Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
I heard today they're getting sent back to NXT.
AOP is?
Yeah.
Yeah. More than likely. And there you go. Now you smashed them. Now you.
And the other guy too.
I think I'm not I've never been a big fan of Paul Ellering. Honestly, I don't think he brings anything to the table.
I liked him as
Road Warriors
back in the day. He portrayed the handler of them.
When I think of the Road Warriors, I think of the crazy Hawk and Animal just kind of back there. And we're gonna beat ass and take names. And Hawk was the, in my opinion, Hawk was the main guy of that group.
When it first started, before Hawk really got the skills on the mic, I think it was Paul Ellering who was screaming in the mic the whole time, talking about who they were, and they just stood back there, and they were just this big bad foe. And then soon they started developing into superstars and beginning to talk. And then I think one day Hawk sat down and watched Nightmare on Elm Street. He said, "Oh, what a rush!" And then that became his. That's where he admitted it. That's where it came from.
Nice.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I like that. So back to the draft. Rob picks Braun Strowman. Love to see Braun Strowman back. I'm a big Braun Strowman fan.
That big thick dude come running in.
Yes.
That was hilarious. Well, we forgot the whole Mahomes part.
Oh, that's later. That's later.
Okay, carry on.
That's later. In SmackDown, their final pick for the second round, Tiffy time.
Back down still, but hey.
Yeah. I like that it's like officially official.
Where's Gunter and his little buddy at?
They went to. I think
Down or
they're
they
still on
still on
Raw.
Raw?
I think they're still on
Think so.
On
Raw.
Raw? Oh,
Yeah.
Where'd CM Punk go?
That's later.
Oh,
that's later.
Or no, that was the first round.
I thought you already said CM Punk.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, CM Punk was Raw first pick of the second round.
Yeah, which is terrible. Because remember the very first pick, the very first round. Remember it was Undertaker,
Yeah.
and he was pissed that Flair picked him.
Yep.
So see, that's the caliber of picks that I like to see. Even like the NFL draft, they're trying to do the same caliber, but you dropped the ball on it.
So Logan comes to the ring after leaving the podium, doing the draft thing. Jay and his flunky him and his flunky, man. I'm not gonna say his name anymore because it just makes me throw up in my throat a little bit. And Logan says he can out-yeet Jay.
I've been yeeting for years.
Yeah.
Remember he said he's been yeeting for way longer than Jay has?
Yeah. Isn't Jay older than him though? I mean, come on.
I think they're probably about the same age.
I don't know. Well, okay. We're going to have to start that over because I fucked up. So Logan makes his way to the ring with his little flunky. It's interrupted by Jay. Logan says he can out-yeet Jay any day. I'm a Jay fan. I think Jay's older. I say Jay's the yeet master right now.
It all depends on which one is getting the bigger push.
I'm more of a Jay fan than a Logan fan.
Oh, I am
I'm
too.
more of a Logan fan than a Jay fan.
We agree to disagree.
Oh yeah. And I don't give a yeet about who yeeted who first. I don't give two yeets about it.
All I'm gonna say is yeet.
Who yeets about any of it?
JD and Finn come to the ring. Logan kind of creeps out. They're beating on Jay. Logan creeps out, gets the Super Bowl rings from Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes in the crowd. He didn't even get a pop in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I thought he would have popped more, but he was doing the heel route. I'm like, you went heel route in your hometown? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. That takes cojones.
Yeah, why you'd want to do that with, but come on, the young Logan Paul, Patrick Mahomes, they're eye-to-eye millionaires and billionaires and enterprises and great at their craft and everything like that. Yeah, they are one and the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives them those 3 rings. Definitely replica rings because those things were monsters.
Yeah, they were monsters.
It looked like he put like 3 castles on his finger. It was like, holy cow. Then he hit McDonough right in the forehead.
Them Super Bowl rings are ginormous though too. I mean,
those look pretty atrocious. I could be wrong. Maybe they were really the real Super Bowl rings.
I doubt that.
I wouldn't think so because they got real diamonds in them, and you don't want to hit. Yeah, you don't want to take a chance.
You don't want to take them to a wrestling event.
Oh hell no!
Those are in a case and put away for a reason. Here's a couple replicas for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Hell no. Hell no.
So they're beating the brakes. JD and Finn are beating the brakes off Jay, and Logan goes to hit Jay with the rings. Jay ducks. Logan cracks JD.
And the way he sells it too is
yeah.
Well,
like he just got hit with a brick.
I don't think that was nothing fake about that hit.
He hit him hard.
Yeah, he hit him. I think he hit him. Yeah, for sure.
I seen pictures of him today. He looks atrocious.
Oh, really? He got bruises and stuff?
Oh my God, it's bad.
Well, Logan, he's not a complete professional at throwing punches.
Well, I mean, the moment you jacked up, you got the drilling going.
How fast was McDonough coming at him? You know, how much did he really pull off it? Did he pull back even more because it was a loaded hand? Or did he just pull like he normally does? But when you have a loaded hand, there's something in between your normal pull and their forehead.
Yep. Braun comes in, breaks the whole thing up. Braun is jacked. He's a mountain of a dude.
Oh yeah.
It's really good to see him too, because he didn't know if he was coming back at all.
Well,
because he had lost feeling in one of his legs from a surgery, and he had total neuropathy in one of his legs.
Yeah, like a spinal surgery, or
it's something to do with his spine or his neck. I don't remember which.
I know he got fused. Go ahead, Albert.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's good to talk about it yet, but I got a feeling I know why they brought Braun back.
I do too.
What?
Uncle Howdy.
Oh, somebody to go against? or somebody to bring in.
I think Redbeard will be next.
And I think it would actually, now that you guys say that, I think who was his little buddy that showed up to help him out?
Ricochet.
Jay. Jay becomes the first victim of it. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
And it kind of puts Jay in a pretty good storyline that I think Jay could really do. I think that would really test his storyline antics if he could really go through a different kind of style of storyline.
A
Like a lot
psychological
more
style.
acting. Yeah, like a lot more acting and a lot more to it. And see
Yeah.
if he could do it. I'm sure he'd be down for it because he wants to be a superstar.
Oh, he is a superstar. I think he is.
Yeah, I think he is too, but I think he wants to be like a super duper star. He wants to be somebody remembered. You know,
Mhm.
Ravishing Rick Rude wasn't the top player in the
Right.
World Wrestling Federation, but
But
he
he was
always
always
remembered.
there. Yeah.
Jake the Snake, always remember. Ted
Hacksaw.
DiBiase never carried the heavyweight title, always remembered.
Yep.
And those are the mid-carders that you always remember, and I think
Mhm.
that's what Jay would always want to be, is that at least that mid-card to remember, and then be a
Yeah.
big part of this Uncle Howdy kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, that'd be dope.
I think it'd be awesome for Jay.
They have to bring somebody who can talk
He can talk.
because Howdy doesn't talk.
How do you know he won't start talking?
I
Bray
think-
didn't talk a lot of times. He was subliminals.
Oh, yeah, but Bray was a talker.
I think
I don't remember who they have playing Uncle Howdy. We all know who it is.
Bo Dallas.
I don't remember him being that much of a talker.
I think
Oh,
he learned a
Dallas?
lot from Bray. B Team. You don't remember the B Team?
Oh, Bo Dallas, yeah. He was always happy about
I
it.
remember him in
himself. He was-
Texas, but
Yeah,
You don't
I
remember him
remember
and
him when he
Curtis Axel?
Yeah.
The B Team?
oh yeah,
yeah, and he was always smiling. He was a smiley ass
Yeah.
motherfucker, and he was so irritating.
but are they going to bring Uncle Howdy back to talk? I mean, I don't know.
No.
Why not evolution?
It's going to be, I think
Gonna
it's going to
have
be more of a psychological like Bray was.
but then
but I
there's
don't
going to
know.
have to be an explanation.
As the
Yeah.
Fiend,
I don't know how long it's going to last though. That's the kicker to it. How long is the Howdy thing going to last?
Like I just said, what Albert was saying, somebody needs to talk. You need a voice, and the voice was Bray all the time. So
Yeah.
now you need a voice who is going to lead it, because Bray led it the whole time, and then you could have all your guys show up with only Bray talking. That's fine, but you need somebody who's going to be compelling enough to believe the whole story, and maybe you never know. Maybe freaking Bo Dallas is working on it. Maybe he's devoted to it. Maybe they have somebody else lined up. Maybe we don't know what the hell is going on.
Did you guys watch the Bray documentary
I did twice.
with him talking in that and doing a voiceover for that?
You could chop it
To
up.
me, it was given vibes of Bray. For me, it was. I think he can do it.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be one bit against it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I think he can do it, honestly. 100%.
All he's got to do is completely sell himself into it, and he has way more than good reason to sell himself into it.
Yep.
And he has way more than enough help to help him perfect it and make it great.
Yeah.
And not saying that he can't do it on his own. I'm not doing that, but I don't know how much Bo Dallas is as creative. Just Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy is not as creative as Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy is a hell of a lot more driven. But with the Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt, I don't know how much Bo Dallas really thinks like Bray Wyatt did. You know what I mean? Bray had these visions of these things. Doesn't mean that Bo has them too.
Yeah. Bray was a perfectionist.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
And if he would get frustrated if it didn't go according to his plan. And it was evident. I mean, watching that documentary, if anybody hasn't seen it, they need to watch it. Honestly, it's a fantastic documentary.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. I just don't want to be down about it. No time that I want to watch a wrestling documentary. I just don't want to be
Yeah.
down about it. But
Well,
I want to watch
you're
it.
gonna be.
I know.
because,
I know. It's just the way it
It-
is.
It brings you
That
down.
was the number
and
one.
It brings you down and then brings you back up at the end.
I'm gonna have to check it out. Just don't want to be all sad.
Yeah. I feel that. Definitely.
I was at the end. I mean,
Oh yeah, well it's for sure because it's true. And like I've always said, man, the only thing in wrestling I've always hoped the most was that Bray Wyatt dying was a work.
Yeah.
I wish so much it was just a work,
Yeah.
and it wasn't. It was like, damn.
Yep.
the
So
thing The thing
Right.
I want to know is if they don't use Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, as a talker, and who are they bringing into that group? Because none of the
I
others.
don't know. You never know.
No
Right.
idea.
Never really know.
Alistair Black.
What's his contract with AEW?
He's got 6 months left.
So we got 6 months until it all comes to a head.
Well, teasers, man. Look how long they teased Bray.
Could be.
And they could just do like show up, beat ass, not say anything, and just leave. It's all mental until Malachi comes in or someone like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's plenty of people out there that could actually play that position, that play that role. It's not like they're lacking anybody. It's just who do you get the right person and the right person to do it? You know what I mean? Because a lot of people could play that role.
You can tell if they're not bought in that role. And to be in that role, you have to be 1000% bought into that character.
This is a long reach. Corbin.
Yeah.
Corbin's got some really versatile promos that he's done. He's done the Lone Wolf. He's done the happy Corbin. He's done the sad Corbin. He's done all
Regular
the different
Corbin.
levels of it.
Yeah.
He can talk.
Tall, thin, scary.
Yeah. Yep.
He's definitely got the mic skills. He definitely really don't have anything planned. He ain't got nothing on the calendar. His agenda's pretty open.
So moving on with Raw, we got Gable is in the back talking with Truth and The Miz, and Awesome Truth leaves. Gable gets cracked in the face by Sammy, like straight up booted right in the face.
Left field.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, and he just stands above him.
It almost gives you the vibe of the RKO on Logan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where he just come flying into the camera and smashes on him. It almost gave me that same vibe, like, oh yeah, well, there's Chad Gable.
Yeah. And then we got go ahead.
They're pushing Chad Gable right now. So what I'm thinking is he's going to be one of the main precipitants, whatever you want to call it, in the King of the Ring. I think him and Gunther maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's going to definitely go for it.
Something to think about though, he gets decimated by Gunther.
Oh yeah.
Right? We all see that happening. Fair enough?
Other than Sammy or Sheamus, who else did they feud with Gunther? Chad Gable.
I think Gable gets humbled by Gunther.
I agree.
Squished.
Oh, big time. Because the way and I like the new Chad Gable. I like that he's aggressive. I like that he's trying to push more out of his people. But the Chad Gable that we've seen for the last 4 years is not the Gable we see now.
No. And I think he has a good chance of being a pretty damn good heel.
Right.
But at the same time, how much are they going to push him?
Booker T was backstage, interrupted by Drew McIntyre, and Drew's obsession with Punk has reached a new level, which we'll talk about
6
more.
to midnight.
Big time. And we'll reach on that again here in a little bit. And so the next match is Bronson Reed and Sami Zayn again for the 4th time.
That Bronson Reed annoys me. I don't see anything good about him.
Yeah.
He can move around in the ring. So can Otis.
Yeah. So can Nia. That doesn't make him good.
No, it doesn't make him good. But it makes him a good pro wrestler, but it doesn't make him a superstar.
Right.
He brings nothing to the table. The only thing he's bringing to the table is wrestling Sammy.
That's it.
Well,
the best thing about you is you wrestled me.
Right.
They're going to wrestle each other this weekend at the pay-per-view.
Again? Sammy and Bronson Reed?
Isn't that what it is?
I don't know why they would do that. I think it's going to be Sammy and Gable again.
Oh, it might be.
Gable needs to win that title.
I don't know.
Something.
It's too soon to take it off of Sammy.
I'm not a Sammy fan anyways, and Sammy doesn't need a title to be famous. I mean, to be a superstar. Sammy's fine without a title. He'll still be there. He's always Sammy. You guys always root for Sammy anyways. He's the ultimate underdog. He's always been the underdog. Since you've ever known, think about Sami Zayn, his whole career. Always the underdog. Always the one trying. Always the Daniel Bryan-esque. Yeah, and that's just what Sammy is.
It's true.
And that's where he plays his best. When he's hugging and loving on Kevin Owens, when him and Kevin Owens split up, Sammy's at his best again.
Well, I mean, he's overshadowed. Kevin Owens is such a he's a fantastic wrestler. He's awesome on the mic. He brings more to the table than Sammy does. And when Sammy's with Owens, Sammy's in his shadow. Let's be honest.
And when Sammy was in the bloodline in the shadow, then he had to fight his way all the way out of it. And then hell, he almost looked like he was going to win that match against Roman.
Yeah.
But no, he did it. And then he's always been the underdog. He's always the underdog. Look at, I told you he was going to play that. Oh, I got squashed. I'm not good enough to be the IC champion. I'm not good enough. Then they give the underdog his big win. Now he's just not fun anymore. You want the chase of him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You hunt it, you chase it. What are you going to do with it when you finally get it?
Got to keep it.
Nothing.
So, I mean, Sammy did win the match, but man, I don't know. And Gable came out and just smashed them both. I don't know, man. I think they're building Gable big.
He needs to get a better team. He needs to get rid of that team he has. He needs to get it with a better crew.
But I mean, we said last time though, man, if it wasn't for Otis, Gable wouldn't even be around.
Why don't Otis turn heel?
Because of Gable.
No, why doesn't he turn full heel?
Otis? It's not
Otis is already heel.
He's only heel by association.
Right.
Right. I think Otis is.
He hasn't done nothing heel yet. And either Kazawa and either is
Maxine.
They need to turn into the Judgment Day.
So if they're going to push Chad Gable, why didn't they make that a triple threat match at the pay-per-view? And Gable pins Bronson Reed. That would not damage Sammy.
But they won't do that Bronson Reed either because they don't really want to damage Bronson Reed either because they're running hard with him.
I don't find he's getting that much of a push. He's just putting over Sami Zayn.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think there's a lot that is left on the table with that whole storyline.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Still a lot to go.
Yeah,
that's the good thing about WWE right now. We don't know what they're doing.
And I feel like sometimes they hear us as fans talking about things in the mainstream, and they do the opposite because of.
Oh, of course.
I really feel that. I really feel like Trips is starting to listen to the universe and doing his thing, as opposed to Vince not listening to anything. And if I didn't create it, it's nothing.
Yep. So next on the show, we had the APA come out to do the third round?
Damn.
That was funny.
Raw picks LWO with Carlito. And what Carlito did on SmackDown, is he really LWO?
I think he's LW out the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that he did his little bit of time. He did his run. I don't foresee if he's out of the LWO, then what the hell is he?
Right. I got more news on who's out the door also after we're done with the show. So SmackDown picks Legado del Fantasma. Raw picks Drew McIntyre. Nothing different. Nothing changed.
Nope.
They're going to keep him on whatever show CM Punk's on.
Yep. And another non-change SmackDown picks Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing too exciting at all. Oh, not even a little bit. So Drew comes out and says him and Punk are on the same show as Stupid. Drew saying that he thinks Punk is weak because he wrestled with a fractured elbow and Punk went home and nursed his injury.
Punk had surgery.
Yes, he did.
Punk ass surgery.
And his music hits, and Drew's looking all around for him, and the lights show him in the press box, and because he's not at home, Punk's exact words, "I'm not at home. I'm here, you little bitch." And of course, you know that Drew storms off and trying to find him, and it's pretty funny.
And he has no brace on.
So the next match is Candice LeRae with Indy Hartwell versus Maxine Dupree with Ivy Nile. Another filler match. I mean, this is getting old. It's the fifth week in a row with these same wrestlers. I mean, the only thing is that Indy is turning more towards Candice LeRae, kind of a little more nasty, a little more edge to her. That's the only difference that's happening. So it's not really, I mean, what does it do for the program?
They don't know what they want to do with those two right now.
But they want them on the show, obviously.
Right.
Who?
Henderson.
Indy.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were going to split them up, and they didn't do that. Because for a couple of weeks there, it looked like they were going to split them. But
it
didn't happen.
And Candice wins that by pinfall. Indy sends Ivy on the outside of the ring. Indy sends Ivy into the turnbuckle to get Maxine's attention, which, if I remember correctly, she had her in like a half Boston Crab. But it was a non-eventful match, really. I mean, it really didn't bring anything to the table. It didn't do nothing for the show. And this is where we get Drew is looking for CM Punk backstage.
Well, quick spoiler alert: the Creeds got drafted to Raw, and Ivan Nile did too as well.
Is that
that happened on WWE after the shows were over?
Okay.
And they had the final drafts. I heard it today, and I was happy that Ivan Nile actually stayed on Raw.
Yeah.
So now she's from NXT. She's in Raw now.
Yep, that's good.
So
that's good.
She'll be a regular there.
I like that. So Drew comes out looking for CM Punk backstage. Drew gets to the suite that Punk was in, and all that's there is an autographed picture of CM Punk.
That's why I love this guy coming back. This dude is so original. He does not rip anything off. Anything, everybody rips him off.
I'm not a big fan of CM Punk, but I'm gonna see what he does and what he says because he's fantastic on the mic.
Yes, and his creativity is amazing. That's what I love about CM Punk. And he has his backstage antics. But once he gets back into the swing of things, how do you not love him? I loved when he would talk smack about The Rock and John Cena just wrestling around the outside of him. He would just talk so much smack about The Rock, John Cena, about everybody. I love it.
Yeah, I'm starting, as much as it pains me to say, I am becoming more of a fan of CM Punk, and I'm trying to leave that backstage crap in the past.
Yeah. Just watch what he does. Just enjoy what he does. Stop thinking about what he did.
Right. I mean, it wasn't just there. It was also in AEW, and I watched a lot of AEW, not so much right now because Raw's so entertaining. So
I don't know any Punk in AEW.
It was the same Punk as before.
My honestly, is he injury prone now?
He's He's 45.
If he could work with people that could take care of him, that's what his whole thing's been about. A lot of the time, is unprofessionalism and people not being able to wrestle and people trying to hurt him.
Yeah,
that's been his bitch since day one in the WWE. These guys aren't very good, man. They're not good. They'll hurt somebody, and they hurt him.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hell, look.
Unfortunately, I see that now. I see that now.
Yeah, and that's what he's always bitched about: was unprofessionalism, people not doing their job, not being where they're at. And look, The Rock bitched about that with Vin Diesel on making movies. Unprofessional, not being where you're supposed to be, not being on time, not doing your thing. Do your thing. These are professionals, and then you don't want to act like a professional. Oh, you out.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I was going to finish it. Punk comes to the ring, talks all that smack. Got his sleeves cut off, looking yoked.
Yeah. He's looking better looking better now than he did when he first came in.
Yeah, he looks a little. I don't know if it's just the way the sleeves were cut or what, but he looked pretty freaking yoked.
Yeah, he's been spending some time in the gym for sure.
I think he ate the rest of Braun Strowman's cereal in the back. I'm gonna get yoked too. A big yoke, you're a little yoke.
And he calls Drew out and says he's gonna make his life hell until their match.
I could see that.
I could totally see that also. And on the mic, Drew is like he's outmatched.
He's gonna
it's
make
too much of a good story.
Is gonna make his life hell.
Think he could be the mouth of it?
No.
Why? Because he's too over as CM Punk?
His voice is too distinctive.
No, I'm just saying being the voice of it, not being like the secret voice, but being part of the whole Uncle Howdy clan, the whole Bray Wyatt family. He's done it. He can do it, but do you think he would do it? Is what I'm getting at. Because he can do it.
Would he do it? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think he's too over on his own brand.
You know who I could see do it, but nothing physical? Taker.
So just voice?
Just voice.
Everybody would know it, though. I think everybody would know. I don't think it would matter much either because it's Taker. But everybody would know it now, especially having his 6 Feet Under podcast. You hear his voice. I've listened to multiple hours of that podcast, and I know his voice.
So here's why I say that. Who was the only person that Taker passed the torch to?
Bray. That's
why I think he would be the leader of the group and the voice of the group.
I don't know. I see where you're saying it would work totally, but I don't know if it would happen.
Right.
I
Let
think
Taker want to do
Taker's
that.
exactly. I think Taker's
Right.
done with
But
the
I think
big
it would be
business,
dope.
the big
I
business.
think it would be really dope.
Because if he's a part of that, now he's back a part of the big business. He's
And
not
getting a paycheck.
toe slamming the rock and hightailing it out of there. No, he's back in the big business, especially running that program. Because
Mhm.
unless you're a Vince McMahon, you're just going to run it huge and slam it to the ground and call it quits and just let everybody go after 5 months. Yeah, but if you want to really make the storyline work for that long, let it work.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So our next up was Teddy Long and Medusa calling out more draft picks.
Oh yeah, your bestie.
Don't like Teddy Long, not even a little bit. I would like to bury my foot in his ass.
All right. So who'd they pick?
So Raw elects Judgment Day. SmackDown picks Naomi. Nothing changes. In my opinion, a big pick for Saw, Ilya Dragunov from NXT. Fantastic pick. So him and Braun Breaker on the same show. They had some.
That'd be fun. Oh, that's the dude with the
bangers.
funny little haircut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I
The
know who
dude
you're
that
talking
lost
about.
to Trick Williams.
Yeah.
That's why, and now we know
Which
what
was, I don't think Trick is better than him. I think he's a lot better than Trick. I'm just saying that by seeing the match, I think he's a better wrestler than Trick, but he had to drop it.
And Trick is way over. He is
Yeah.
so over.
But who's a better wrestler? Yeah, exactly my point. Well, I've nailed this point so many times throughout this episode. Yeah.
Yeah. And SmackDown picks Chelsea Green and Piper Niven.
That sucks. I like to see them on Raw. I think Chelsea Green needs a Raw run.
Yeah.
Cordova just had surgery
Oh, did he?
on his shoulder.
Oh, shoulder.
he
Yeah, that's right.
showed-
That's
he
right.
showed a big old split in his shoulder.
Yeah. Next match was kind of teased at the very beginning, Liv versus Nia. And let's be honest, it was 3.5 minutes of
Liv
Nia
called her
tossing
out.
Liv around.
It wasn't. Yeah, Liv called her out. Said, "I'll beat you up."
Yeah, I mean, they came out looking for a fight. And Liv was like, I'll be your Huckleberry. And I mean, honestly, it was Nia tossing around like a rag doll.
I didn't expect any less.
Right. With Tiffy was and some I didn't see happening at all. Naomi attacking Tiffany while she was ringside. Maybe getting a storyline for Tiffy ready.
Yeah, but what'd she attack her for?
I think it was previous stuff.
Well,
Oh,
they
was it
each have a
because of the
window.
Elimination Chamber?
Still mad. Why you bringing up old shit?
I mean, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. Well,
Well, they've been feuding.
because Tiffy almost won, and Naomi's mad about it.
Maybe.
Don't they both have a win over each other?
No, not at all.
That's weird.
Yeah. So let's see. So Liv actually pins Nia. I didn't see
Oh.
that coming at all.
All right, hold on. Go back. Tiffy came out and whooped up Naomi and Natalia.
Oh, and Bailey.
And yeah, Naomi and Bailey, and whooped them up and did the back handspring. Remember, I kept on saying that's a big push for her to be able to take
Mhm.
out those two superstars
Right.
and do a backflip on them and land on them. Wish that was me. And that's a pretty good push. That's a really good push. So of course that's why Naomi came out, because she hit Naomi first.
That was on SmackDown, wasn't it?
Yeah, she came out and hit Naomi first, and then took
Yeah.
out Bailey.
Yeah.
I
totally
forgot about it
that.
too. So it dawned on me. I was like, he just whooped somebody's ass not too long ago. Yep, that was it.
Yeah. Yep. That moonsault. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was saying that how much they pushed her over to let her do that on both of them. Maybe on one, and the other one comes after her, and she gets out and laughs, and hey. But to do it on both of them and lay them flat out.
Yeah. Yeah. Dudley's come out to make the next round of picks. Raw picks New Day, which is different. They were on SmackDown before. SmackDown picks Pretty Deadly. Another, I think, really good pick for Raw is Laya Valkyria.
Oh yeah, I love her. I love
Yeah.
her. She's awesome. She lost to the Roxanne.
Right.
She dropped the NXT title to her, which was a
Yep.
damn good match.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
but
good
she-
match.
She
No,
took
it's-
the title from Becky Lynch
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Valkyrie did?
Yeah.
at NXT. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan of her. I like to see her. She's on SmackDown.
She's on Raw.
Nice.
On Raw. She'll be on the same show as Tiffy. I think. No, Tiffy's on SmackDown. Which one is it? I don't remember.
I think
Tiffany's
it's
probably going to stay on SmackDown because Naomi's on SmackDown and the whole thing popped off, didn't it? So she's going to be on
Let me go
SmackDown with
back.
Naomi. And all that shit's going to pop off.
She is on SmackDown.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because that's where she attacked them at, too, because Bailey's still on SmackDown because she's the SmackDown champ
Yep.
until Tiffy gets it.
And then the final pick in that round for SmackDown was Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell staying on SmackDown. Or no, going to SmackDown, I think.
Yeah, because they were on Raw, I thought.
Yeah. All right. So next on the show, we had Awesome Truth versus Otis and Tozawa. Again, I wasn't too enthused about this match.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Awesome
All
Truth
right.
wins by pinfall on Tozawa.
Truth and his stupid stuff.
I mean,
What do you
I
say?
like,
He said something funny, though. I think about what he said. All right. Anyways, don't matter.
for me, it was a nothing match. It was time to go to the restroom, take the dog out, whatever.
Got some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about time for them to drop those titles.
Well,
I think
didn't
so.
expect them to keep them long anyway.
Who they
No.
facing? DIY, right?
Yes.
DIX.
Yeah. Let's see. Next, we have Becky tells Liv backstage that she's got her title match, and Damage Control confronts Becky showing up to Raw. And it really wasn't really a confrontation. It was just talk smack. Oh, we get you now. Look who we get to pick on. They're trying to be bullies,
Yeah.
The cool girl thing,
It's just kind of lame the whole time.
Yeah. Final round of the draft. All picks Karrion Kross, AOP, and Ellering. Not a big fan at all. Not even a little bit.
So I thought they went back to NXT.
Well, that's what I heard today.
Oh, they got drafted. They got drafted to Raw. I don't know. And here's another thing I don't understand. If Awesome Truth is facing DIY, they got drafted to SmackDown. That was the next pick.
They are facing DIY, aren't they?
I thought so.
That's what I thought. Who else would they face?
Yeah, who knows? No, because they're not. Didn't DIY win the first number one contender match?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they are. That's why they're facing them, because they beat the New Day.
So the SmackDown pick doesn't mean. I mean, would that send Truth and Miz to SmackDown then if DIY wins?
I would guess, because now you're the champions of Raw, so there's no reason for you to be on Raw anymore if they're the champions of Raw now.
And that would make a lot of sense too.
So is that their one little draft like trade? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, oh, we have a trade in.
Yeah.
DIY wins the title, which now sends Monday Night Raw's Awesome Truth to SmackDown because DIY is still, or DIX is still the I-Team champion.
Raw's next pick is Bronson Reed.
Nice.
I got nothing on that one. A really good pick for SmackDown. They got Blair Davenport.
I don't know a whole lot about her.
She's NXT. I think she's the one with the black hair with the white streak.
Yeah, she's kind of like goth looking.
Kind of. But she's really good wrestler. She's a really good wrestler.
That's what she looks like.
And now we have the main event. Jey Uso with Ricochet and Andrade versus Judgment Day.
That was a good match.
Very good match. Really good main event, I think.
Good wrestling.
Yeah. And you said it when we were watching it. Jey Uso with Ricochet and Andrade is like a dream team.
Yeah, it is. It's their Survivor Series team.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it out there. They're breaking up to Judgment Day.
I think it's going to happen soon.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's already showing it. It's already showing its colors.
Yeah.
And the horrible part is that you had Finn Balor out there with Logan Paul and everything getting beat up by Braun Strowman and everything like that. That's already separating them farther. And then you have Dom coming out of the room right after Liv, which is going to piss off Rhea. And then
too many signs.
Yeah, well, it is.
It's foreshadowing. It's okay. We're going to go this direction with this character. We're going this direction with this character. It's splitting them apart without splitting them apart right away.
Yeah.
It's good writing, in my opinion.
And what if Mommy comes back and goes back after the title, which Liv has it, and then it's basically Dom setting up Liv, and then Rhea takes the title right back, and the Judgment Day is 100% again.
But I don't think Mommy will do that.
I don't think so either. And I don't think Priest is going to hold the title that long.
No.
I don't think he's going to drop it to Drew, but I think he's going to drop it.
Yeah. And the Dream Team, we'll call them the Dream Team, wins. Jay pinning Finn, and then
Again.
Jay and Priest go face to face to end the show.
I don't think he drops it to Jay.
No, I don't think
I
so.
think if he
either.
drops it, he'll drop it probably to Gunther, is what I think it's going to be.
I could see that.
I don't know.
But we don't know when Seth's coming back either.
Oh, he's out for a little while. He's a good 3-4 months at least.
Yeah, but we got a few months to build up for him to
True.
get King of the Ring and then have the feud with him. And plus
Mhm.
you have the little Ludwig guy.
Yeah. So my my little I don't know, breaking
Buddy?
news type thing.
Oh.
Jimmy Uso was released.
He was that injured? Or was he not injured?
He's not injured. Jimmy
Why was he
Uso has
released?
been released. He asked for his release.
WrestleMania.
Sources solid?
What's that?
Are your sources solid?
I read it 2 different places.
I could see it. The WrestleMania match between him and Jay was not good.
Well,
He was unhappy about it.
He was unhappy. They both were.
And I think Daddy's unhappy too, but Jay is getting too big of a push. So Jimmy's like, I could go do something else somewhere else.
Right.
So that ruins any Uso.
Reunion. Yeah. And that sucks because I love the Usos as a tag team.
Does he show up at AEW?
I think it goes to Impact. Because isn't that where their cousin is?
I don't know.
Well, which one are you talking about? There's one at Ring of Honor.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know it's a Fatu.
Jacob.
Yeah.
I think he's the one at Ring of Honor.
Well, the thing about the TNA or Impact or whatever the hell you want to call it, and I call it AAA wrestling, and I'll put AEW in that mix, minus D-Bry and Mox and Claudio.
Well, hey, you're still the XFL, even if you have 3 great, fantastic quarterbacks in the league.
Right.
Still the XFL.
Right. I think he goes away. Maybe he just goes away, and maybe it's just a play. But he could be taking a sabbatical with Roman.
He ran for a while.
He did. He ran for a long while.
Yeah.
Because when
Jay, but Jay's not done yet.
When Roman and The Rock come back, they're going to need all the Usos they can.
Yeah.
I think The Rock's going to go with
Solo?
Snook. Yeah, with Solo. I think Solo needs The Rock. Roman don't need The Rock.
Yeah, I agree.
And so Roman's going to come back. We're going to have this big old giant Samoan just battle.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Sounds lame to
gonna be
me.
a face.
Yeah. I see Roman as a face. Yeah.
Me too. It sounds lame to me.
It's lame, but I mean,
It'll be a good story.
But see, and what annoys me is, sorry to interrupt you, Randy, but what annoys me is when we talk about this, we're talking about WrestleMania 41. Talk about after that. So you mean we're already filling our plates full a year out?
absolutely. They did that this past year.
Yeah, I know, but they did it with him holding it. But now Cody's the champion, so it means Cody's going to be the champion all year, and they're just going to build all year to Roman coming back or The Rock coming back and facing Cody.
No.
That's going to be a boring storyline because The Rock and Cena did it already.
I think Cody's not involved in that storyline. I think it's just The Rock and Roman.
Okay, that would be different.
I think it'll be Rock and Roman WrestleMania 41 main event.
But if you try and feed me this whole freaking story of Bloodline and Cody still, and then Cody has to fight The Rock at next WrestleMania, we did that with John Cena.
Yeah, I don't think Cody's in that at all. I don't think there's a title involved at all. Because that's what Roman wanted to come back for, or not Roman, but The Rock came back to face Roman, not to have anything to do with Cody, not even to win the championship. Had nothing to do with the championship.
Then why they come back? Because you Cody crybabies?
Head of the table. Rock came back because he wants to be head of the table. Because
then why is
The Rock is the biggest in the family.
Why did Cody face him then?
I think. Go ahead.
Cody faced The Rock? He didn't face The Rock.
No, why did Roman face Cody then? Why didn't he face The Rock if that was supposed to be the storyline?
Because last minute Cody changed it. And I think that was a call by Trips.
I think Rock changed it.
Think so?
I think Rock felt the energy.
Yeah.
And like everybody said about The Rock, he don't like to get booed unless he's making you boo him.
Right.
And I think that's what started happening. and then that's what changed everything. I really think that night, The Rock flipped the script, and everybody came out with an entrance music that night. Everybody did,
except for him.
except for Cody.
Oh, that's right.
Cody walked out with no shirt, no jacket on, in his suit, no jacket on, no entrance music, just popped out the curtain and started running his mouth. And it was kind of like, whoa, 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 what really happened here? What just happened? And maybe they're like, Rock flipped the script, roll with it. And Cody's like, all right, so now I have to be pissed off. So there's my fucking coat, grab the microphone, and walk out there and just start going at it. And that smack. Oh,
It
God,
was
Will Smith hit Chris Rock harder than that smack.
Think so? Really?
Watch that in slow motion. I feel like he almost pretty much missed it. When I watched it, I've watched it a few times. It looked like he barely fingertips him. And you want to compare it to a real smack? Look up any time Stephanie McMahon smacked one of the wrestlers.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. She didn't hold back.
No, she didn't. And they all told her to. They wanted to look as real as possible. So they always knew when you get Steph, she's going to smack you.
Yeah.
So get ready to get the shit smacked out of you by a female.
Yeah.
My
So-
view is
Okay.
Rock don't want tribal chief,
Think so?
What's he want?
high chief.
Hey, how's he achieve that? And beat up Pia Maivia.
Well, you beat the tribal chief. You
Beat the tribal
become
Become high chief.
So
I
what
may
if you're
be
the tribal
wrong.
chief? How do you become high chief? Already. What if Roman wants to be high chief? How's he become that?
beat the Rock.
So if The Rock wants to be high chief, he has to beat Roman. So they're equal.
Right now, I'd say yeah.
I mean, he was coming out with colors.
Yeah, I could see him wanting that. Like, I get what you're saying. By Peter Maivia was always floral a lot. And so I see what you're saying that, but I'm saying if you're going to get the high chief, you better get your graps on because I think him and Roman need to do a 5-star match.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
10-star
for a high
match.
chief. And I don't know if The Rock could really do that. And WrestleMania, he looked all right.
you could tell he was gassed.
Yeah. And so he's going to have to really be ready for that. You're going to have to stay out of Hollywood, all that
You
shit,
can-
and get
you-
off your big
yeah.
giant muscles and start getting a fit weight.
Hmm.
And you got to think, it ain't going to be a freaking tag match.
No,
No, it's gonna be
not gonna
one-on-one.
a tag. Yeah,
And it needs to be a perfect match.
yeah. A match that you think of 20 years down the road.
Warrior
Match
Hogan.
that-
Yeah,
It ended with one finisher, then another finisher, then a quick pin. It happened
Yeah.
that fast. It was a finisher, kick out, missed the finisher, smash, big pin, boom, 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 over. Holy shit. What just happened right there?
yeah, yeah.
And that's a match. That's a match that they can work for a long time.
When I look
41.
at that match, I look at Roman pinning Rock, Warrior pinning Hogan, Roman pinning Rock to get High Chief. Just in that scenario, thinking of WrestleMania 6, would you think the same thing? Be Roman pinning Rock
Yeah.
on a whim.
Yep.
I do think that because no matter what we think, The Rock's not going to ever come back full time.
No, hell no.
No. And he'll always
No.
be The Rock. Stone Cold will be Stone Cold no matter
But
what.
that would
He'll
this
always
be
be The
his,
Rock.
would this be his last?
This is last hurrah.
I hope so,
I
honestly.
do too. I think he takes away from a lot of.
Yeah.
He takes away from a lot of wrestlers.
Yeah. When he comes in, the light shines right on his big bald head.
And when he comes out, he takes as much time as he wants. And damn be to Jimmy and Jay, the WrestleMania match. Damn be to anybody else on the roster because The Rock's going to take as much time as he wants.
What are you
Because
going
he's
to
The
do
Rock.
about it? Because he's The Rock.
Yeah,
He's a bully. He's really a bully. He's a great guy, but he's kind of a bully in the business. He wants his way first, then
Right.
your way. And
absolutely.
he'll be a nice guy to you. He'll love you. He'll kiss babies and hug your mom and everything like that. But at the same time, he wants what's best for The Rock.
Yeah. Okay, final thoughts on Raw.
I liked it. I think the main event was a good match. I mean, they had some matches that wasn't that good, but I mean, it was better than SmackDown.
A lot better than SmackDown. That's for sure.
And I think the draft picks were better.
There was more surprises, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the NXT people.
Yeah, mostly that.
Benny?
I liked it. I thought it was a good show. It sucks that it's starting to show the doom of the Judgment Day. It's awesome that everything's still progressing really fast. It sucks that we had to see Kermit the Frog, Patrick Mahomes, on the screen. Did Braun Strowman yell Raiders at him?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. I thought he yelled Raiders. And then I thought that Jey Uso was trying to do the old nice guy thing.
yeah,
Hey, come on, Braun. Come on, Braun. Hey, very nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Come on, Braun.
yeah,
Yeah, I thought he
yeah,
was trying to play that. I thought that was really great. I like seeing Braun back because he's a freaking house. I
yeah.
like seeing CM Punk back because he ate the rest of Braun's cereal and now he's huge too. I love seeing Valkyrie there on the draft we were talking about.
Yeah,
That's my favorite. I'm glad that she got drafted up, and same with Ivy Nile. I'm glad she got drafted up too, and the Creed brothers, they're up there too.
yeah,
So that could be one run at the tag titles. Take them
yeah,
out from underneath them, and there's a lot of room for tag team in the on the Raw right now.
yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
room for tag team. A lot of fun for tag team.
And you know what that kind of does if they're building tag teams. Think of war games.
Yeah, exactly.
Have
And
like an
that's what they were saying.
eight team war games match.
Oh yeah, that would just
That
be
would be
absolutely
dope.
fucking bonkers. It'd be bonkers.
Or
I think,
imagine a double elimination chamber.
yeah, that would be fun. And that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. I think we have a lot of depth on Raw right now. A lot of fun stuff that could really happen.
it'd be
SmackDown
different.
SmackDown could be pretty good too. But love the CM Punk stuff.
Yeah,
Love the everything like that. And
yeah.
best part about it is Liv walked out satisfied, and so did Condom. That's the best part about it. They're building it, and that's gonna be
Yeah,
sweet if he's
yeah,
It'll be interesting.
side piece and Liv Morgan while mommy's away.
yeah. I think
And
a lot
mommy
of
comes back.
foreshadowing on this on Raw. A lot of different directions it can go. I think it was, yeah. I agree with both you guys. I think it was a good show from front to back.
It was entertaining, especially if you follow all the storyline. You know exactly what's going on. You feel all of it. You
Hmm.
understand it.
Right.
If you were a newbie coming into it, you'd be like, I don't know, kind of weird.
I mean, there are a couple storylines that you may not get,
Yeah,
but I mean, it's wrestling.
yeah, exactly. Like the draft and like I said, the Valkyrie girl. Back to her. I don't even know who's until she got drafted to. Okay, who's she? You know, she's
Hmm.
a former NXT champion. Everything like
Hmm.
that. So
Yeah. Yep.
you got to know the business to understand the
Business.
business. If you don't know the business, you'll never understand the business.